Now that the new Halloween movie is coming out, it's time to review a Halloween movie that doesn't feature Michael Myers. I reviewed the first movie, which is a classic, and you have the second one, which is a fun sequel, and now we enter what is considered to be the black sheep of the series. As I said before, no Michael Myers. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Starring Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, and Daniel Hurley as Cochran. With film composers, once again, done by John Carpenter and Alan Hallwars, and is produced by Deborah Hill, and cinematographer Dean Cunningham returns, and is directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, and is written by Nigel Neal, because Tommy Wallace says in the feature that he didn't wrote the entire script for Halloween 3. He did some rewrites to it, but it's actually Nigel Neal's script. So, Halloween 3 Season of Witch. Where do I begin with this movie? Where do I begin? Well, here's how it goes, folks. After Michael Myers was dead in Halloween 2, spoilers, John Carpenter felt that the Halloween franchise needed to go into a different direction, where he's saying that they should be making an anthology series so it could make a series of different related Halloween stories. So that's one trivia note, that John Carpenter wants this to be a different movie from the first two films, rather than being the same thing over and over again to have Michael Myers going around killing people. And the voiceover of the Silver Shamrock commercial radio spots, they were done by Tommy Lee Wallace. And around the several minute mark, Jamie Lee Curtis had the voiceover cameo, informing the Santa Maria residents of the curfew. And of course, before Tommy Lee Wallace was hired to direct the film, Carpenter originally wanted Joe Dante to direct the film, but Dante couldn't do it, so he ended up directing a segment of the Twilight Zone movie, and he would go on to make Gremlins. And the film itself was released on October 22nd, 1982, and it was trashed by critics and audience alike, and it was a disappointment at the box office, as it only made like $14.4 million against its $2.5 million budget. The movie itself didn't contain any Oscars or Razzie nominations, but it has gained a new legion of fans, and it has gained a cult status. So, I first saw Halloween 3 Season of Witch on AMC for the first time, like, years before, and I will admit, when I first saw this movie, I was on the same boat as to those who really did not like the movie. It had no Michael Myers, it really wasn't interesting, and all that mumble and Joe I'm going to say about it. But nevertheless, I did say it was watchable. It's like it could be like a guilty pleasure or something. But as time goes on, this movie always keeps coming back to me, and as the more I'm thinking about it, the more, for some reason, last year I watched it around Stars, like around Halloween time, and then of course when we got the Blu-ray for the first time, after seeing Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I actually like Halloween 3 Season of Witch now. I mean, sure, yeah, it's not as good as the first one, and I know there's no Michael Myers, okay, but I don't think it's that bad of a movie. I guess people didn't even look at the trailers or the TV spots or any of the film's marketing the movie. They did say that in the marketing or the trailer, saying the night no one comes home. As you know that this is not going to be the same Halloween you love and remember. They're moving to a different direction. I guess people were ready for something different or working for something more original. I mean, do you want something original rather than the same old thing? Because it's better than just playing safe. Like, you want the same thing over and over again. That, yes, I want the same movie. I want Michael Myers. I want him to do this and that. But, or others will be like, no. We've seen it many times. I want something new and different rather than the same old thing. I mean, hey, the Cloverfield series is turning into an anthology. You have the first movie was a found footage movie. Then you have the second one, 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is not really much of a sequel, but nevertheless, it still told a really good story. It has its own set of characters, and the old fireman is in. So yes, at least Cloverfield, at least audience were okay with this, but they're never okay with Halloween becoming an anthology series. And that's just kind of sad. I mean, I wouldn't mind this being an anthology series. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are some Halloween movies I enjoy that have Michael Myers, and I mean, I said the first one was a classic. I like Halloween 2. And of course, I said that I'm only reviewing the first 3 Halloween movies. I might as well just give you my mini thoughts on the other ones. Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers was okay. Halloween 5 was not good. Curse of Michael Myers really sucks. H2O is not bad. I liked it alright. I'm not a fan of Resurrection, despite Busta Rhymes brought some life into this movie. Trick or treat, mother beep beep. And Rise of Halloween, I said it was okay, as I mentioned in my review of the first Halloween movie. And Rise of Halloween 2. What the heck happened? Oh my goodness. So much creative control. Sometimes it can be a good thing, but sometimes it can be a bad thing. I mean, there's a movie I like in Rise of Halloween 2, but the most part is not that good. But anyway, back to Halloween Season of Witch. I like the idea that it takes place in a different type of Halloween storyline that doesn't feature Michael Myers. But of course, if you watch the movie, there are some commercials of the first Halloween movie where Tom Atkins is seen on the TV. I do like it has its own set of characters. I mean, sure, the characters are not really the most fleshed out characters, but they're likable. I like Tom Atkins. He does a really good job for playing the hero. And I thought Stacey Nelkin does a really good job for playing the love interest of Tom Atkins. But the best character is Cochran, played by Dan O'Hurley. And his motivations are more clear, more understanding. And his motivations are about as dark as opposed to Michael Myers going around killing people. And don't get me wrong, Michael Myers is a really good villain, but Cochran is also a really good villain as well. As he's trying to make Halloween go back to the way it was, rather than the whole they go out for doors and trick or treat and everything in Halloween costumes. It's about the sacrificial of witchcraft. I mean, this is a guy that celebrates Halloween. And I thought Dan O'Hurley is a guy you really love to hate, and it has a strong presence in the film. Now, I thought the music by Carpenter and Alan Hallward is fantastic, and the cinematography is once again done by Dean Cundy. It still has that moody atmosphere quality to it, and the visual strong on it to give you that Halloween feel, which is definitely pure Halloween, especially that sunset shot with wearing costumes and everything. And of course, I thought Tommy Wallace does a really good job of directing the movie. You know, he's not really the writer of the film, but I gotta give credit to the guy who was actually the writer of Halloween, Nigel Neal, actually wrote a really good script, despite Tommy did some rewrites to it, as well as Carpenter. And the effects of the film, for the most part, are good, despite some bad ones. And I will say, if it wasn't called Halloween 3 Season of Witch, or just simply called Season of Witch, you know there's no witches in the movie, then maybe it would have at least gotten good reviews by critics. But they just went with the title Halloween Season of Witch, and somehow it just turns people off. But I was hoping one day that if people will look back at Halloween Season of Witch, they'll probably like, you know what, back then we weren't smart enough, as we were, but now today we are, and we want something new and different and original rather than the same old same. Because you can't keep begging, you want the same thing over and over again. I mean, hey, even Friday 13th Part 5 New Beginning did try to do something different, but all they want was Jason. And no, Friday Part 5 is not a good movie, but I will always have a soft spot on that film. That's even better than Friday 13th Part 9, which I'm not a fan of, the one where Jason goes to hell, so I'm a big fan of that movie. Hate that movie. But I don't hate Halloween 3, but I really hate Jason Goes to Hell. So, but that's all I can say about Halloween 3, but it has a decent, good amount of premise. It has a moody atmosphere. It's well directed, well acted, well scored, and well filmed. Not the greatest Halloween movie ever made, but it's a solid standalone movie. It's an enjoyable film, and I'm giving Halloween Season of Witch a B. So that concludes my review of Halloween 1, 2, and 3, and that's all I can say about them. And if you have not seen them, feel free to check them out. Let me know what you think of my review of the first Halloween movie, and the second Halloween movie, and the third Halloween movie. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Let me know. Feel free to put your comments down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, take care, and stay tuned for my review of the new Halloween movie, as I'm about to go see it tonight. See ya.